Okay, so that's the Grubhub that I accepted. IHOP, and I'm leaving IHOP. Let me head to this individual's house, and see you shortly. Okay, we made it here to deliver. Oh, beautiful flowers. Okay, so I just dropped off that, and it was a Grubhub delivery. I haven't done a Grubhub in a while. Their offers are few and far, so but I had it turned on and the order popped up. I delivered that. It was 4 miles, and it started off being $9. And once I dropped it off, they ended up giving me an extra tip. The tip was $6.99, and Grubhub paid $4.69, I believe. So it ended up being like $11 and 69 cents. It ended up being like $11.69. The customer gave a $6.99 tip, and Grubhub paid a base pay of $4.69, which is a base pay higher than what DoorDash is paying. But a lot of Grubhub doesn't keep you in a zone. So, you know, they'll just send you orders, and it may be an order that's 20 miles away, or, you know, not 20, but it may be an order that's like 13 miles away, the merchant. And, you know, they don't just keep you in a zone. They leave it up to you, which is a good thing, because you could be heading somewhere, or, you know, on your way, just going somewhere and pick that offer up. That's wonderful. So, but normally I just work my area, and a lot of the orders that come through be things that are far away for a pickup. So, but this one happened to be at the IHOP, and it was staying in the area. So, I think I do have my Spark on. I'm not really sure. I need to check it. I did have it on. My time may have ended. You select your time, and I think I may have that person's speeding on that person's butt. What is wrong with people? So that was dropped off, and I'm gonna see what other orders I can pick up, and let's see what comes on. Listening to a live in between one of my channels I'm subscribed to, and I was listening to a morning service that is beautiful on Up Movement TV. So let me get back to my live and listen to the word today, because we are listening to the word. So and it's nice to listen to something positive in the word and prayers, and, you know, especially while you're on the road, and instead of just having the music on. So let's see what pops up next. Alright, just picked up a Panera bread. Let's go see. One sandwich. It should be ready. They're pretty fast in here. That in here? Just like I said, it was ready. Got this. Okay, so I just picked up from Panera Bread, and he ordered 2 different things. This other one is going, it's getting picked up at an Asian, it's like one of those noodle places, noodles, fried rice. Their food is really good. So we're gonna, and they're always packed, so hopefully the food is ready there. Weird thing is, this is actually a Grubhub that I picked up. Grubhub has been coming around today. You know, I haven't used their app in so long, but you know, I used one earlier today with the IHOP. So this is another Grubhub. Dash. I have Dash on, I have Spark on, and I have Grubhub on. So I'm using 3 apps today, and all the apps are popping. Orders are coming up, but the pay is, for a Saturday, the pay is not that great. Believe it or not, Spark's payments are like really low. Like they wanted, they had a lot of curbside pickups, which is great. But the curbsides were like to deliver to 3 homes for $9 and $13. So can't do that. I just don't want to deliver groceries to 3 different homes, even though I don't have to shop for them. for, you know, $9 and $13. So it's supposed to be a base pay without a tip of $7. So if I'm doing 3 without a tip, that should be $21. So I don't know what's going on with that with Spark, but Grubhub is coming through, so we're gonna use what pays. How about that? We have them all on, but we're gonna use what is paying. So we're gonna pick this up. I had passed the Kelly's Infusion on the way coming, but for some reason, Grubhub wanted me to pick up the Panera bread first. So I don't know. Maybe Kelly's Infusion wasn't ready and Panera's was. They both were hot items, so Panera's was a hot item as well. So I don't know, but maybe their house is closer going this way. I don't know how they determine which one's the first pickup. Okay, so beautiful day. It's in the 80s. And I started unloading summer clothes and putting away winter stuff. And I haven't finished, but feels like summertime. So let's go inside and pick this up. Okay, so I picked up the second order for the same house, and that was ready. Panera bread and this noodle place, they both were ready, and I'm shocked because the noodle place, they're normally packed, but I guess it's still early, so that worked out. Both orders were ready. It took me a little bit of time to try the app for Grubhub. I don't know, the Wi-Fi, the signal in the area wasn't good, so it wouldn't let me say that I arrived. It kept saying I was still 3 minutes away. So these apps are so sensitive, and it will not let you arrive anywhere if you're really not at that location. But I was very much there. But that plaza has that problem. With Grubhub mainly, because I picked up from there several times with Dash. So it took a minute. I had to like close out the app, reopen it, and the owner who's there, she actually put the their Wi-Fi address in for me because it just wouldn't work. And you know, I had my regular cell phone subscriber Wi-Fi on, and it wasn't working. So she was helpful. It happens quite a few places. You know, some places just don't have signals in that area, and that's what it is. So we're off to deliver this. It says I should be there in, I think it says about 3 minutes. Something like that, 3 minutes. And it's getting cloudy. Maybe it's going to rain. If so, that's fine. We need a little bit of rain because it's very warm out, and we need some rain to wash away this pollen. But I don't want rain for my grass. Oh my goodness, my grass looks horrible at home. And it's not even grass, it's the weeds. It's the weeds that are actually making everything look bad because we've been having rain. So as soon as it rains, those weeds pop out. But anyway, we're gonna get to deliver this, and we should be there in a few minutes. Where you going? I mean, where you going? Where you going? It's crazy. Cops be right over here. It's 45. Gotta get a ticket over here. Hey, how are you?
How about saying,
Yeah, I mean the GPS all day. Something's going on with the satellite. Because I know exactly where it is.
That's me too.
GPS, I know. I know. Let me just get a picture of it real quick. Yeah, I don't know. The GPS is... Okay, so we delivered that, and he was... Should I say he was impatiently waiting for his food? Because he was was nice about it. But the GPS has been acting up today. I mean, it has really been acting up. I mean, the satellite, we can't control those things. These apps, the technology, and, if the app is acting up, then we can't deliver or pick up. So it took me a minute, like I was telling you, to pick up the food because the app kept saying I had not arrived. And I was very much there. It took quite a while, and even to get to his house, it threw me in a loop all around. And I know exactly where this is. And then when I arrived to his house, it kept telling me, before I arrived to his house, it was telling me I was already at his house and had arrived. And that wasn't the street that I was on. So I don't know. The satellite's acting up. There was nothing I could do. But he was nice about it, but he was impatiently waiting. They were hungry. They wanted their food. So, but what you going to do? So I guess the husband or wife, somebody must have ordered the noodles and somebody else had their sandwich. So I was getting everything out of the bag for them. And he says, that's mine too. And I'm like, I know. Because I had them in a hot bag. So be happy I used a hot bag. Everybody doesn't use one. And my Grubhub hot bag, which I loved, it just had its course. I have finally threw it out. I used to use that bag a lot because it was insulated really well, and it was really a very large bag. When I first got on these apps back in I don't even know when I started dashing. I think maybe 17, 18. I don't know. I've always had the app. I haven't always used it, but I've had the app for some time. Well before pandemic. Maybe 17 or 18 for Dash. I think. I don't know. Maybe 18. I really don't remember. But they used to give the bags for free. Once you join, they would mail you the bag. And DoorDash during the pandemic, the height of the pandemic, you were able to order once a week. It was once a week. Yeah, you were able to order gloves, sanitizer, and all my dashers out there who was dashing back in 2020, you used to be able to order gloves, mask, sanitizer. They gave you a bag. It was a store that you go to on their website. You go to the store and you click on what you need, supplies that you needed. Masks. They had the paper mask and then they had the red DoorDash mask. But you didn't always, I don't think that you used to always get to choose the cloth mask, but the paper throwaways, that, gloves, sanitizer, and I think that was it. But that was enough. And I would go on every week, and as long as I was allowed to order, and I would order it because and they know that you're dashing and that you needed it, so that was when everything was contactless. So that was really cool. But now if you want a bag, an insulated bag, you have to pay for it if you want it through DoorDash or Grubhub. They no longer give them out free. They even used to give the signs, Grubhub used to give the signs that would go in your car, like saying you were delivering, I guess, just so you wouldn't get a ticket or whatever, But those days are so gone. I guess the cops are down there. Everybody's high, baby. I'm not going fast, but people will flash you to let you know the police is down there. And they need to be down there because this lady was zooming down this main highway. She don't know this is a speed trap over here. But anyway, he was waiting for that food, and he got it, But it was what he said. He saw that it kept saying I was arriving soon, but he said even his app now was saying that I was down the street. So, that's what he said. He said, yes, it's saying that you're somewhere else right now. And I believe him because I was having issues. So I don't know what's going on with the satellite. But when I could have probably did another order too. That delayed me. So let me see what's on these apps. And I forgot to it's been more than 30 minutes, I think, or close to. So I forgot to unpause my dash. Let me see if I still have some time. Target, and it is Saturday, and the sister don't feel like going into Target because those lines are off the chain in Target. And Target should have a line for people that do all kind of gig because Dash goes in Target. I think Uber Eats too. But anyway, they should have a special line, but I'm not. It's Saturday. It's too crowded. I'm not going in Target, so that was Target. And Grubhub, for some reason, the app is still showing I haven't left their house. I think that's keeping me from getting the order. Okay, so DoorDash wanted me to go in Target to get to shop for 2 different people, and it was 11 miles for $9 to shop for 2 different people. I didn't even look to see how many items they wanted because that's not happening. That's a joke. Target. Target again. No, sir. Not today. And I don't mind going in Target. For some reason, they never give you Target as an individual Target only. It's always stacked with something else. Always. For me, at least. One time I went there and got a guy wanted some clippers. And I figured that would be easy. He tipped it really well. It was only a pair of clippers. He was at a hotel, so I guess they were on vacation, and he needed some clippers. And I said, oh, that'd be in and out, no problem. That was a really good one. But it took forever for the people to come and unlock that little case they keep them in. So a lot of people don't like to get items. Hey, she almost slammed into my